Rehearsal got me ducking off, yeah, ducking off. You so fucking raw, damn. Now we fucking raw, drop my fucking jaw.
Okay, it took me a minute to, you know, figure out the camera setup, but we're good. We are good. We're freaking good, y'all. Alright, so welcome back, y'all. I am super excited for this because I just really wanted to get on here and do something different on my channel because it's needed. I should have did this before, but I really just wanted to jump into this video because I was just like, record here. I wanted to talk about the things that I wish I knew before dating, just like my experiences, and actually the things that I've learned since I've been single. So the first thing is super important to like fill your time, your free time, your availability with you first. I'm saying prioritize yourself. So I'm gonna put that as number one. Prioritize yourself. Why? When you're single, you have more time socially to like, and depending on what stage, because there's stages to being single, believe it or not. We have a lot of time, depending on what stage you're at. When you're single, you have a lot of time. When you're young, you're my age, I'm just gonna speak for me and like the things that I've seen, experienced, social media, and just like in real life. Like, we just want to fill our time with fun. We want to fill our time with going out. We want to fill our time with hanging out and going on dates and linking up and going out to eat, because we're just like, I don't want to be by myself. Not like that you're running away from something. In that, you know, like being single and not really prioritizing yourself, it could lead you to a road of like confusion, into a state of like you're constantly like depending on other people to like fill your little hole of like happiness and joy and like adventure and spontaneity, stuff like that could lead you to not prioritize yourself in the things that you need to be focused on while you are single. So a lot of stuff that I've learned and like seen and heard people talk about when you're single is that you really need to focus on yourself, because there's a lot of stuff that we don't know about ourselves until we find out in the wrong environment or atmosphere, right? So before we get into a relationship, before we get into like passionately dating somebody, we haven't focused on how we impact others. You know, we haven't figured out how we respond when people tell us constructive feedback. We haven't like did that inner work yet. That's important. Excuse me. That's important before you go and jump into another relationship with somebody who can already see your flaws on the surface level, if that makes sense. So I think prioritizing yourself in that, figuring like taking some time out and just sit with yourself, read, like be able to be okay with just enjoying your company. Prioritizing yourself while you're single is one thing that I have learned while I've been single, and it's hard. Like, it's not easy. None of this stuff in this video that I'm going to talk about is easy. Like, some of the stuff that I'm like currently talking about, or well, one of the things that I've already brought up, I'm currently trying to figure it out, making a conscious effort and trying to change something about yourself every day in a positive light. That's the first step towards success in any aspect of your own growth. That is the first thing. Prioritize yourself. This one, y'all, I literally just like realized like last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. Super important, and maybe it's just me, and that's a-okay. This next thing make so much sense when I started thinking about it, and like just constantly saying it, because we always say it. We say it as far as women, us young girls, I'm in my soft era, feminine girl era. I'm in my whatever era. Definitely single era. Overusing dating and not using hanging out more, right? So let me elaborate. Rakia, what do you mean by dating versus not, or saying overusing dating and not using hanging out more? We have overused the term dating to a point of like, not everybody deserves that type of title when it comes to you. Especially if you're a young lady like myself, 23, you're independent, you're growing, you're finding things out about yourself, you're just trying to focus on yourself, you're trying to build yourself, you're trying to figure out who the fuck are you in this world. Not everybody deserves to say they date you, okay? And you don't deserve, I mean, let's be honest, you don't deserve to say that you're dating this person either. It's super important when it comes to us single individuals, because we end up dating people. First of all, what is a date? Essentially, a date is when two people who are interested in one another go and like date. You go out on a date, you go out on something that's both enjoyable for the two of you. But the common denominator, the mutual agreement there, is that you both have interest between the two of you, right? To me, in my opinion, okay, in my unpopular opinion, I believe that we overuse dating because it has become something that is cute. It's become something that is like, I'm not gonna say trendy, but it's like, it makes us feel good when we say, oh yeah, I'm going on a date, I'm booked and busy. If we have no longer had some type of interest in each other after that initial link or hanging out, meet and greet, whatever, that is not called dating. Because if I have lost interest, or I just see you as a friend, dating and me seeing you as a friend does not correspond, right? I'm not gonna date somebody who is my friend. I'm gonna go hang out with my friend. Dating carries potential of relationships, and that's where I have realized over like the past 2 weeks of like realization and reflecting that I have in the past used dating a lot because I didn't know any better. I'm just like, yeah, I'm going out on a date. Oh, I'm going out on a date. Well, where y'all going? I don't know. We're probably just gonna go to this restaurant in Broad Ripple. How fucking cute. Broad Ripple. If you know, you know. That's not dating. That's hanging out. You know what I'm saying? If you have potential, if you and the other person that you're talking to carry the potential of this is something that's like growing and it's something that's serious, then you're dating. Put on a cute outfit. Not you just getting off work, you throwing on some sweatpants and just something comfortable and y'all done just chill. You know, that's not dating. And I feel like it is important to differentiate the two, because dating should carry a valuable anchor within itself. Like, we shouldn't be tying ourselves to, oh, I'm just dating this dude who like random, like sometimes picks me up, and like when he like we shouldn't say that. Like, we should carry ourselves, not just women but men too, we should carry ourselves in a more like respectable, like, if y'all not really going nowhere, quit saying you dating them. How many times have you gotten cute, figured out what you're about to spray some perfume on? Have you picked out a pair of heels? Did he reserve a dinner for you? All you had to do was get off work, take a shower, do your hair, put on that nice ass fucking dress with them cute ass motherfucking heels that you just bought. How many times did you have to do that? How many times did he show up to the date looking fresh as hell on some shit that you never seen him in? I ain't saying tuxedo, I'm saying, did he smell good? Did he at least have a nice haircut? Did he just allow you to get off work and just do what you had to do and say, I'm picking you up at this time, be ready? That is a date. If it's just, you can come by at this time, honey, that's not a date. And it was like a eureka moment for me when I had the thought. I was like, I need to stop saying that I'm dating these people, and I need to say that I'm hanging out with them, because not everybody deserves to say they dated me. No, we hung out and that's all we did. Because some people, like, yeah, you might hang out with them once, but does that mean that you dated them? No. I get the point. I don't want to like over explain it, but I feel like I explained it thoroughly enough. So that's number 2, knowing the difference between dating and hanging out. 3, okay, this is another one. Oh my freaking gosh, this is another one. It's easy to fall in love with somebody's potential, right? But we need to not do that, and we all know why we should not fall in love with potential, you know? And instead, what we need to do is fall in love with their path, right? That, when I heard that, I was like, yes, that makes so much sense. And if for y'all who do not know what that means, we always, you know, just as a species, when it comes to, especially us hopeless romantics out there, we have this like uncontrollable urge and just biological thing about us that we can't help it but to think about our future with somebody, or just the future of the person that we're talking about, or talking to, not about. Their potential. Even if things aren't going the way that you want them to go, maybe y'all are at the stage of getting engaged, you know, but you just know in your heart of hearts that he is going to pop that question. They are going to pop that question, and you just know it because you can see them getting down on one knee. You can see them having the venue set up. But that's how you think. That's your thoughts. That's the potential. That's the vision. That's the dream that you have, right? So we see that the potential. I see the potential in you to do this. But the path is what we need to consider, because the path shows the real life, like the real life walk that they're doing in their journeys, right? So what does that mean? We are not supposed to fall in love with the potential, because the potential has had the history of giving us this false hope, right? So, and who does that end up hurting at the end? It doesn't hurt the person that you have the potential or the vision of the potential for. It hurts you because you are breaking your own heart. And the person hasn't even done it yet, right? Because you already have this vision of, this is what I see us doing. This is, by this time, this is what we're going to do. And I just know we can do it. I know we can do it. I see us. Like, I can just see you changing. Like, you're going to be such a great person. We're going to be so happy. Potential. But the path is, what are they doing right now? What signs are they showing you right now that's going to equal that potential? What real life situation scenarios have they proved to you? Have they shown you that you can actually go by that's going to equal that potential that you have for them? That's when your eyes will start to open. And that's another thing, y'all. You could be doing all the things that you see yourself doing. You could be growing. You could be pushing yourself to the next level. You can just be challenging yourself every day, you know? But the person that you with, that you talking to, that you just dating, that you hanging out with, is not on the same level as you, you know? But you're talking to that person because, 1, you saw the potential. 2, because you're believing everything that they're telling you, because they want you to stick around with them. 2 things that is about to mess up your world. That is going to cause you to be in a hole somewhere with your feelings hurt while you're single. Yeah. Path versus potential. We can get into it more, but I'm just introducing these things. That is number 3. Okay. So Ooh, I'm hot, y'all. It's a little hot in here. All right. Hopefully you got that. I don't know if I'm be able to do all 5, but I have the 3. So we went over prioritizing yourself, dating versus hanging out, path versus potential. I'm gonna just leave it right there with the 3 things that I've learned since I've been single. I think it's a great start. But in essence, overall, in the end, I think it is super important. I know it is super important to the people who are single, who are in the same age range as me. I'm 23. And I've been single for almost 2 years. Not alone. Trust. I've been single for almost 2 years, dating, hanging out with people, learning, adapting, growing, all of that. Just within that 2 years of me being single, and it has definitely been enjoyable because you do not have the strings attached to just one person. And I think being single in your 20s, early 20s at least, I don't want to say your whole 20s because I don't know what that looks like. I'm really open to a lot of things. I'm open to being, if I'm going to end up in a relationship in 3 months, I'm a-okay with that. If I'm going to be single for the next 5 years, I'm a-okay with that because it doesn't mean loneliness. But I do think that it is important to face some type of time in your life where you do have control over what the hell you do and how you want to do it. Because it sounds cliche, but there's always going to be time. And I don't want to rush into anything with anybody if I'm not truly ready for it, and if 2, they're not truly ready for it, because I know what I want in a relationship, because I am somebody who seeks a relationship. But I want it to be healthy, and I want them to be somebody who is growing, not for me, not for us, but for themselves first, and to be able to push out that love outwards. But definitely start with the inner work, like we had mentioned like I had mentioned earlier in this video. But yeah, so I definitely think that being single for some time period in your life is super beneficial to your growth, to how you see yourself in this world, to challenging yourself, and just to new accomplishments that you might have, obstacles too, because I always say to the people that know me that you have to celebrate your small wins for sure before you can celebrate your big wins. And your small wins is going to be your season of singleness, believe it or not. In order to be successful and to be happy, which is that big win in a relationship that we all strive to have, we have to be able to acknowledge and love and accept and appreciate our season of singleness and just taking the time for ourselves. This is just one video of me talking about it, something new. I'm gonna upload this tonight because I have nothing else to do. But yeah, I truly hope that you all like this video. Not physically like it, because I really don't care at this point. It is what it is. But I truly hope that you all enjoyed the content of the things that I've learned. I would love to hear what you all have learned. If you're single, some things, some takeaways. How long have you been single, and what are some things that you have learned while being single? I would love to hear it. So yeah, let's talk more. Hopefully, if you're interested in this, I can make a part 2. Hopefully, if I do make a part 2, I won't be sick. My voice sounds crazy. But yeah, I really appreciate if you are tuning in, watching my video, watching my channel. I really appreciate it. So I will see you guys later in another video. Please continue to support and follow my journey on Instagram at Queen Kia. Bye.